angels, welcome back to another video. My name is Amira and I teach women femininity and queen consciousness. In this video I share with you 30 tips on how to be a high value woman. Now this is the first part of a 3-part video. So in this video I will share the first 10 tips. The first characteristic of a high value woman is that she inspires others around her to become the very best versions of themselves, to go for their goals, to go for their dreams, and to achieve higher and bigger and better things. So a high value woman is always someone who uplifts the people around her. She is surrounded by people who uplift her. So naturally she wants to uplift those not below her, but those who are surrounded by her and those who are inspired by her. She would like to uplift them. The next thing is a high value woman does not play games. You always know where you stand with her, okay? So this is not only for relationships, but it goes for all aspects of relationship, in family, in friendships, in everything, not just a romantic relationship. A high value woman doesn't have time for games. She doesn't have time to play cat and mouse. She doesn't have time to play hard to get. She doesn't have time to play any games of any sorts. Her time is important and precious to her. So you will always know exactly where you stand with her. The next thing is a high value woman knows her worth. And she doesn't need to prove herself to anyone for any reason. Now this one is very uncommon these days because we see everyone trying to prove themselves and get validation from external sources everywhere on social media, okay? But a high value woman knows her worth. She knows exactly who she is and she is comfortable and confident in that. If I can give you a quick example, when you go and buy a fancy luxury vehicle, when you walk into Mercedes, you don't tell them how much their vehicles are worth. They tell you, I am worth this much. And a high value woman works exactly the same. She regulates her worth. She decides how much she is worth. No one else gets to choose what she is worth. And the next tip bleeds out from the previous one. A high value woman does not need validation from anyone else. She knows what she is worth and she validates herself through her own self-love, through her own accomplishments and achievements. She doesn't need anyone else to validate her because she is validated from within. Okay, this is extremely important, especially in the day and age of social media where we thrive on likes. Likes is not the only thing that matters in this world. Self-love is important. You need to know that you are special, that you are beautiful, that you are talented. You need to know all of these things before you put yourself out there expecting everyone to love you and want you and accept you. Okay, you should love and want and accept yourself. And everything else, all the external validation, is just bonus. The next thing is a high value woman does not embarrass herself or anyone else because she knows how to conduct herself. Okay, so this is extremely important because whether you are in a public setting or whether you are in a group setting, you need to know how to conduct yourself as a high value woman. There are certain things, etiquette, mannerisms that you need to do and certain things you need to stay away from, okay? When you put yourself in a position where you are embarrassing yourself, embarrassing others, you are damaging your reputation. You are damaging the reputation of those who have invited you, perhaps, and it's just not a pretty sight, okay? Feminine woman, elegant woman, high value woman know how to conduct themselves. They know what to say, when to say it, how to present themselves, what to do, what not to do, certain things that they should and shouldn't be saying. They know these things, okay? The next thing is a high value woman takes care of herself, physically, emotionally, and financially. This is extremely important because you don't want to be reliant on anybody else or dependent on anyone else for anything. Not for your emotions, not for your finances, but A high value woman takes pride in taking care of herself. Okay, taking care of herself physically in terms of self-care, exercising, eating good food, making sure she's healthy looking, making sure she puts her best foot forward in terms of appearances. She keeps her hair healthy, her skin, her nails, she keeps her teeth white. Is finances. A high value woman does not depend on anyone else to support her financially. She takes care of herself financially. Now, a lot of us sometimes we are in a place where we have a lot of debt, or we are struggling and we are still in the process of becoming financially free. And that is fine as long as you have a plan, and as long as you are sticking to your plan and you have a goal and a vision towards financial freedom. A high value woman takes care of herself emotionally. She does not depend on anyone else to make her happy or fulfilled. She does not allow anyone else to make her angry or jealous or sad or whatever negative feelings. Okay, she can regulate how she feels on the inside by herself. If she wants to feel happy, blissful, joyful, she doesn't need external sources to do that. She goes within. And just as she goes within for happy thoughts and happy feelings, she doesn't allow outside and external factors to impact her negatively and give her negative feelings and emotions. She protects her energy and she protects her emotions. A high value woman lives a life she is proud of on and off social media, and she's not embarrassed about anything in her life, and she's not hiding anything in her life. Okay, now a lot of people hide behind the camera, they hide behind social media, they present one image to the world and then they live a completely different life outside of social media. This is very common these days. It's not something new or something unheard of. But the problem is a high value woman won't do that. Okay, a high value woman knows how to present certain aspects of her life to social media, but that is exactly how she lives her life off social media as well. Now, I'm not saying that you should present yourself in a certain way at all times, but what I'm saying is do not be ashamed and embarrassed and hide things about your life that you are ashamed of. Instead, change it. Change those things so that you are living the life that you are actually portraying. Okay, if you are pretending to live a luxury lifestyle but you are in debt, that is no way to live. If you want to live a luxury lifestyle, actually go and do the work. Put in the work to afford and live that luxury lifestyle instead of pretending on social media. Okay, another example is these people on social media who pretend to be so happy and fulfilled, but in the meantime they're actually depressed and they live a life that they are ashamed of. If you are depressed, if you have emotional issues, seek help, go for therapy, sort out your life, and then you can portray a life that is true and authentic to you. A high value woman is confident in herself and lives in her feminine energy at all times. This is extremely important if you want to be a high value woman. You know that your power is in your feminine energy, and a high value woman is not afraid to express her feminine energy in the different forms it can take. I did another video on the archetypes of feminine energy and how you can use that in your own life. If you want to watch that, I will link it up here in the cards and you can check that video out. But for now, just know that a high value woman lives in her feminine energy. She embraces her feminine energy. She cultivates it, and uses it throughout her daily life to accomplish different tasks and get different things done. Okay? She does not suppress her feminine energy or hide it from anyone or pretend to be masculine. She doesn't need to do that. She embraces her femininity. Next, a high value woman does not dumb herself down for anyone in any situation, and she expresses her opinion if the situation or need arises. Now, a lot of the times we as women feel we need to dumb ourselves down around people who have very opinionated about certain topics or things. We feel that it's best for us to be quiet in certain situations, and sometimes that is the case. However, a high value woman knows when to be quiet and when to voice her opinion. She also does not pretend to know less or dumb herself down to impress anyone. Not a man, not a woman, not anyone does she need to dumb herself down for. Be very mindful, ladies, when you are in conversations or in a group setting, and when you feel like you are dumbing yourself down just so that you don't steal the shine of someone else. Okay, a high value woman doesn't need to dumb herself. A high value woman does not need to dumb herself down for anyone in any situation. A high value woman pursues her dreams, goals, and aspirations relentlessly. She does not allow anyone to stop her from reaching her dreams or achieving her goals. Okay, now a lot of us are put down by people in our lives. We are surrounded by toxic people who perhaps haven't followed their own dreams and who have regrets of not accomplishing their own goals. So what they do is they try to bring you down. They try to diminish you, make you feel less than, and tell you that those things are not important. However, a high value woman goes after what she wants relentlessly. She doesn't stop for anyone, for any obstacles. She finds a way to push through. Okay, a high value woman has goals, she has a plan, and she works towards them. She never has excuses when it comes to fulfilling her dreams and goals. And in so doing, she is living her life with meaning and purpose, and she is living in her purpose, which is fulfilling her dreams and goals. So those are the first 10 tips I have for you on how to be a high value woman. For the next 10 tips, tune into the next video. If you haven't already, subscribe and turn on the bell so that you will be notified when that video is out. For now, give me a like if you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.